I think a lot of us learn how to be strong before we ever learn how to feel. We learned how to show up, how to hold everything together, how to carry what nobody else saw. But nobody really taught us what to do with everything we were carrying. This is Soft is Hard for Me, a soft space for hard truth.
Welcome back. Before we begin, we want to say this clearly. We are not therapists. We are sharing lived experiences, reflections, and the tools that have helped us. Take what serves you, leave what does not, and please reach out to a licensed professional if you need deeper support. And as always, thanks for listening. What's up, y'all? This is Celeste.
This is Tia with the T, and welcome back to Soft is Hard for Me. In part one, we dealt with the attachment style and the health check-in, the mental health check-in. So in part two, we want to go a little deeper. Part two, we want to talk about what it actually makes you do when you actually know what it is you're dealing with now. How does it show up in your everyday life? How you deal with it, what it looks like in relationships, in conflict, in everything.
Right, because you don't know, no one really knows, until it's pointed out to them. Because, we do a lot of things and we're not aware of what we're doing. So, again, that comes with self-awareness. So, everything essentially is abstract until you can pinpoint it and put a story to it. Like I said in the last episode, like we both said in the last episode, when you can actually identify with it and attach a point in time or actual story or a song or a smell to something like that's how you know you've identified a trigger, a trauma, an issue. So basically it's one thing to say, okay, I have an anxious pattern because of this. And it's another thing to just be like, okay, I'm sad. Yeah. Oh, I'm anxious. Because people are like, why? And if you can't tell nobody why, then you really can't understand. You can't expect somebody to understand you.
I agree with that. If you can't explain it, how are you expecting other people to help you get through this place that you're at? And the same thing goes for us. When we took the test, took the test and we saw our attachment style. And we went through an array of emotions because we know what it looks like to actually be in that place in the beginning, what it looks like once you start healing from that, and then once it looks like what it looks like when you're in a secure healing place.
Yeah, because you're not always going to be able to talk about it,
right?
For one, and then two, once you identify the problem, it's just like, okay, now I know what it is, so now I don't have no excuse to act the ass.
Right.
Like, I gotta own up to my shit, because the same way I would hold somebody else accountable, I gotta hold myself accountable.
That's the thing.
That's where the work come in and what you're doing with it. Right.
Do you really want to hold yourself accountable, or do you want to let it slide this time? Sometimes I'll let it slide.
But in all honesty, though, if you get to the point to where you can identify with it,
yeah,
you don't let it slide too much.
You did.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, because especially, I guess the one thing you have to pay attention to is how you feel when you read it.
Okay.
So if you can identify with something and be like, yeah, I've been there, done that, or I used to do that, cool, that's what it is.
Right.
But if you identify with something and it brings a current feeling, or not even a current feeling, just like if it brings a wave of emotions, whether it's happy, sad, frustration, disappointment, then that's 9 times out of 10 something that you have to deal with.
Right. It's still something there. You need to dig a little deeper.
And not for nothing, it could be something negative that's considered a negative attribute that you might find solace and happiness in. You need to dig into that too. Because not all triggers and traumas are just something that makes you cry or upset or makes you act out. Some of that you can be extremely happy with it, but it's not healthy. But it's something that can make you happy. That's those toxic traits that people look for in a relationship.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So That's not healthy. All of that ain't healthy either.
Yeah, that's true. Well, okay, so now that we know what the attachment style is, right?
Mhm.
How has it helped you move differently?
Because I'm more self-aware, I'm able to articulate better.
Okay.
And I'm able to identify things as they're happening and be more proactive than reactive.
Okay.
And then it also helps me understand from another level of the person I'm communicating with. So it allows me to look outside myself. When before it was like, oh, my feelings are hurt. Me. Now I'm like, okay, I can see how if I say this will hurt somebody. Which in turn is going to make them want to hurt me.
Yeah.
So why would I even give them the feel to hurt me? So it's just like, all right, let me think twice about this. Now sometimes it's unavoidable. Like you can't avoid it. Like you because you're not saying it just for yourself, you're saying it for the other person too. And that's where those hard truths and those hard conversations come in that a lot of people like to avoid. But as you trek through your journey and you start to reach those get over those humps, you'll realize like you not half of the stuff that's coming out of your mouth, you're not just saying it just for someone else to hear.
Right.
Some of that shit that you need to hear too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like sweeping in front of your
when
own
you have
door.
that, okay, so you have those moments where, because I know for me, when people come to me about certain things, then you start, like you say, you start talking, and when shit start coming off your mouth, and you're identifying it, or you're talking to them, but you can identify with, this is something that I need to take in as well. This is something I need to do as well, right? When you have those moments, how long do you sit in it?
It take me a while.
Yeah.
It take me a long while because I want to make sure that it aligns, right? Mm-hmm. So if I'm sitting up here and I'm talking to one of my friends or I'm talking to an acquaintance and they just feel the need to dump on me like so many people do.
Yeah.
I listen. And if I'm giving them some advice and after it's all done, I'm like, damn, I don't even take my own advice.
Right.
I start to ask myself why. And then when I ask myself why, either one or two things happen. Either I start to take my own advice, mm-hmm. or I justify why I did it.
Take your own advice.
Right. Because maybe the person that advice applies to doesn't need that reaction from me in that moment. And so sometimes it takes 30 minutes to click. And sometimes it takes 30 days to click. It just depends on the dynamic of the situation, right, and the impact. Because I think about the impact it has on both parties. If I do this for myself, how would that impact them? And I think of every single way possible, and then I decide if I want to deal with it, with that decision. Yeah. So a lot of processing, a lot of stopping and thinking, a lot of being intentional. Like, I'll sit in my shit for a minute because I don't like to be wrong. I don't know about nobody else, but I don't like to be wrong. And I don't like to put myself in a position to have to apologize. Yeah. That does not say that I will not apologize if I'm wrong. Yeah. Do I like to be wrong? No, I don't enjoy having to apologize because that means I hurt somebody. And I don't like hurting people. If I can stand it. Right. Or if I can help it, rather. So what about you? Like, how long you sit in your shit when you done hear, like, you done heard yourself give some gems to somebody and you was like, nah, bitch.
Now, you know damn well you would do none of that. Man, I have heard that. I have had to sit in that shit several times. And I'm going to tell you when it clicked for me. When I realized that what I was practicing was self-abandonment. That is, I don't know for anybody else, but when you are at a place where you can identify that you are practicing self-abandonment, that you can't walk away from that.
Almost because it's like you expect other people to hurt you because they may not know no better, but you know better.
And I'm hurting me.
Yeah, and you the source of your own
and
pain.
I'm the source of. Okay, now think about it like that. Really think about that now. When you're really on this journey and you start going through your certain traumas and triggers and things like that as you walk through your path, and you're able to check this off. Okay, this doesn't affect me the way it used to. That doesn't affect me the way it used to. This don't affect me the way it used to. But you come across that one thing and you realize it affects me, but the reason why it affects me is because of the power I give it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's almost like I get mad at myself because I was like, I've been dealing with this shit for so long. I've been angry about this for so long. Every time I come across it for so long, I looked at it this way. And now I look at it and what was the Disney movie? Oh no. The Labyrinth.
The Labyrinth.
Remember that movie with David Bowie?
Nope. I don't think that's a movie I watched.
Oh my, okay. Run to Tubi. Run to Tubi.
Tubi gets on my book.
Run to Tubi and watch it. It's the same guy as Jim Henson made the Fraggle Rocks. He made the Labyrinth. So in the ending, when she's looking in the mirror and she's in this alternate reality, and it's like if she stay here, she don't have to worry about the baby. Like her life is perfect, right? And then she realized, if I break this mirror and if I get out this place, you no longer have any power over me. And this is what she says: you have no power over me. And when she does that, the illusion breaks. Mm-hmm. For me, being able to break that illusion, that, oh shit, I gave it all this power this time, and now I realize, bitch, this really has no power over me. I'm giving it power.
Right.
Because I'm giving it energy.
Right.
And it really ain't that serious if I look at it from this degree. Mm-hmm. Or if I look at it from this position. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I get mad at myself because I've wasted all this time.
Like, did you know better?
Right. Like, bitch, why did I not look at it?
But did you really know?
I did. But that's what I'm saying. I get mad because I'm like, why didn't I look at it like this sooner? Why didn't I see this sooner?
So then the part of you has to become okay with that.
That's the part that struggles. Eventually, that's the part that sits.
Because it's embedded in you to know everything.
It's embedded in me to feel like I should.
You always had a solution.
I should be able to come to the solution quicker than what the fuck I did.
Like you sharper than that?
Yeah, like, bitch, how was it that simple in front of you this whole time?
Because you ever thought about the fact that some people don't even go through a whole lifetime without recognizing it at all?
Man, I couldn't see it. I couldn't be there.
So, and that's another part that makes everyone's journey so unique. It's because people are able to. Some people think that, oh, because this person is where they are, I'm supposed to be there, or I'm lagging behind, or oh, because I mean, it's some people that's 50 years old that's more immature than a 35-year-old that's in tune with themselves and self-aware. It's some people that really ain't even in their 30s yet that act more mature than some of these old heads I see walking around and got way more sense.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like I said, it's an individual thing. So it don't matter when it clicks. What matters is that it clicked in enough time for you to do something about it. Now, granted, you get some of these older people that's stuck in their ways.
Yeah.
And but to me, that means that you have given up. If you're okay with how you are and the impact you have on people and yourself, then you have truly given up. Especially if you one of them just disgruntled old people who just life is grumpy. Miserable, just mad for no reason. You gave up on life, sir or ma'am.
Yeah.
Because you can always do something about it. You just gotta give a fuck.
And you just got to a place where you don't give a fuck.
Right. It is what it is.
So, okay. So when you get to that place where I don't give a fuck, is it because you don't know where to start, or you don't know what is going on with you, or is it I know what's going on with me and I just choose to
accept it for what it is?
Yeah.
That's where I feel like it's both, but it all depends on where you are mentally.
Okay.
You know, the adolescent me, like I said, not even adolescent, when I was a young adult, I didn't give a shit about what nobody.
Yeah.
I don't care how my words came off. I said it and I meant what the fuck I said.
Yeah.
What you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
But talk shit, okay? Don't just don't talk shit to me.
Yeah.
But then when I started actually giving a damn and being more intentional with my words, I left a better impact on people, which made me feel better.
Yeah.
And I could have just gave up and been like, that's just how I am. If that means I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life, so be it.
Yeah.
If that means I ain't gonna have no friends, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
And in the back of my mind, I really don't. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Do I care if I'm single for the rest of my life? I do, because I love my wife.
Right.
But if I was a single person,
yeah,
I know how to be single.
Right.
And I think that's a step that people that's a step that people miss.
Listen, okay.
That's a step that young people miss.
We have had this conversation and we know how I feel about everything. For me, in my singleness, with me like going through, it's crazy because it's like you're going through all these different changes on top of trying to navigate if you want to date, if you're going to put yourself out there in a certain light, or you get what I'm saying in a certain aspect. How is all this going to roll? So imagine you're deconstructing, you're on your spiritual journey, and now you're single again. Excuse me. Did you know how difficult it is out there for somebody like that?
Fuck yeah, because I was that.
Like,
Candace.
I'm like, that is the fucking epitome of, do I even want to try? For real.
But you know what? I found out though, when you give up,
that's when you find it.
Yep, because
everybody says that
I was minding my business. I was at a point where all I would do was go to work. I would come home, and because I worked in the field where I got dirty and sweaty, I couldn't sit down I wouldn't touch my furniture until I took a shower. But at the same time, when I walk in the house, I'm dog ass tired. I done been out in 90-degree weather.
Yeah.
From 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. I'm exhausted and been on my feet all day, wearing steel toe boots and everything else. I just need a minute to decompress. So I would lay in the middle of my floor in the dark. And not to mention, I was going through a tumultuous breakup because the girl was crazy. And out of nowhere, somebody that don't normally call me calls me. Yeah, I work with you, but we're acquaintances. We ain't cool like that.
Right,
like,
right.
You got my phone on some business type shit. And I don't know. We
cool
we
like
should
that.
hang out sometime.
Yeah.
Not knowing that you spent it that way to my wife.
Right.
So then it was like, hey, because back then I used to make headboards and stuff. So he was like, hey, I know somebody want to make a headboard. Ooh, she gets on the phone. Me and Candace met by voice. Mm-hmm. And not for nothing, when I finally met her and I saw one of her profile pics, I was just telling her this the other day. She was somebody that I swiped left on the dating apps. I saw her face and I was like, she cute, read the bio. I was like, it's not enough here for me. I was an overthinker, so I was like, they probably ain't serious. Yeah, I declined. Yeah. But then here I am out of my business, not looking for nobody. Like, I done gave up on these hoes. They crazy. They and then here she come on the phone.
Right.
And it wasn't on some, it was on business, but it was like also on some flirtatious type shit. So I'm like, and in my mind, I'm like, I just got rid of one. I'm in my zone, like I'm doing me. I'm eating home cooked meals every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming home and I'm actually like sitting in the dark.
Yeah.
And processing my feelings and decompressing. I'm able to think clearly. All of a sudden, here she comes.
Yeah.
And so in my mind, I'm like, is this a test? Is this a test to see if I can let something cloud my judgment? So I took my time with her. And not for nothing, the next day we met in person and it was just like, okay, I put a face to the voice. Cool. We hang out, we click, hang out we together every single day. But we were not an item. We dated for a year before we actually said, okay, we're girlfriends. And a lot of people don't know that. So when they look at us like, y'all been together for a long time, like we took our time with actually becoming an item.
Becoming a name.
Yeah, we ain't put no title on it. It was just, as much as I used to pressure her about it. I'm like, look, I ain't gonna keep doing all this girlfriend shit if I ain't no girlfriend. I used to say it all the time. But in hindsight, when I look at everything that we went through, our first year was crazy because we had a lot of loose ends we had to tie up. So in hindsight, I look at it as, okay, we had that mutual respect without naming it as that.
Right.
Because I had a stalker. She had some loose ends she was because she was actively dating.
Uh-huh.
Whereas me, I wasn't dating nobody. I was like, look, I'm trying to get myself together. I'm cool with being by myself because this was a lot, you know? So I was kind of at a space where you at now, where it's just like, nah, I'm cool on that. I know what I want and what I don't want. Yeah. But at the same time, I was still young.
Yeah.
I was still in my late 20s when I met Candace. So it was like, I know enough to know what I don't want.
Right.
She wasn't offering the negative stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. I vibe with you for a little bit. And if it work out, it work out. And then now we're here. Uh-huh. But that was a calculated risk that I took because I wasn't sure if I was emotionally stable enough to be with somebody because I had gotten so content with being by myself. But a lot of people, especially young people, they skip that step.
I think it's because, and I always said, social media. Social media have them thinking this is what it looks like. Mm-hmm. So when you see the little videos with the guy with tennis shoes and her with the color heel, oh, that's cute. That's what I want. This is how it looks. But you don't see all the other shit, like how many times it took, right, for them to even get to that space, or like I think what they tend to see is this picture perfect example. And when they don't have, or when they see that and that's what they're expecting, and then it doesn't turn out like that, then it's like, oh bitch, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I ain't made for this.
They're using social media to define their relationship when it should be the other way around. Because when people relate more to what they can physically relate to, what they've been through. Mm-hmm. Everybody know that shit ain't peaches and cream.
Yeah.
People know when me and Candace go out and we coordinate. That's what we do, but not every day. Right. And some days she wearing brown and I be like, man, I'm about to put on this blue, this blue or this orange. Like I just don't feel like it today. Right. Or it might not warrant that, you know. Yeah. But it's good for social media. Like, oh, y'all cute or whatever. Y'all cute. Yeah. Well, thank you, but we grown. We ain't puppies. We people. Yeah. You know, like we're not doing this to satisfy y'all. We doing this because this is something we like to do.
Right. But I think that's just it. Like with kids, that's what it is. They're doing it because of the likes and things like that. So they don't have the same thought process as us being older. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. For me, social media and relationships is a no-go. If I'm dating, you would never see them on my social media because it's none of your fucking business. And like privacy. When people start getting in your shit, that's when you start, because think about it. You don't have no issues until you start posting. Most times when you start posting that other person, and then all this other stuff start coming out the woodwork. You got stalkers, people all of a sudden like you that you ain't never thought ever looked at you any other kind of way.
Opposite though. That worked both ways.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because in the beginning I was post crazy. Oh, my girlfriend is, and
yeah.
And now I really don't post like that. I don't think I've posted a picture of out of the last 5 or 6 years, you might see 4, maybe 5 photos of myself.
But see, okay, so for me, I don't post. Like, that's what I'm saying. When I'm in a relationship, you'll never know because I'm not posting my shit on social media.
So like now, it's like, oh, you ain't posting a minute, y'all all right over there?
Right.
What's going on? Because y'all normally be on trips around this time, and I ain't seen no cabin trip from y'all in a minute. Like,
and that's exactly
good.
Why I don't post, because you won't know if it's bad or good over here. Because bitch, you just never know.
Oh, I'm bipolar on social media. If anybody goes off of what I repost as far as memes and quotes and shit, these motherfuckers will think that I'm about on the verge of divorce, but then I keep going back. And I try to, and the only reason, in full transparency, the only reason why I would even post anything negative is because I know it resonates with somebody, and at some point I felt that way.
Right.
I just didn't have access to that at that time.
And now I do. Yeah. And I'm sharing it. And I'm giving somebody else the
this
language.
Can help somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm giving somebody else
the so it's just like, just because I posted don't mean that that's what I'm going through in the moment. That's just something I was able to relate to at some point in time.
Right.
But don't just pay attention to the negative shit I post either, because there's positivity in there somewhere.
Right.
So if you're only looking for that, then you, my friend, have an ulterior motive.
That most definite. Yeah. See, for me, I just don't post. So for me, I'm not posting shit. If it's not, we know what I post: Black power and intelligence. Maybe some space, right? Maybe some space shit in there.
Oh yeah,
a little alien conspiracy, something like that. But I really don't post personal, because I'm the one that thinks like this. If I post this, will everybody think this is what I'm going through right now?
Yeah.
So I won't post it.
But when you already know that and you post it, do you really give a damn?
I still won't post it.
What I eat don't make them shit.
I understand that. I still won't post it.
I don't give. So I guess it's a little bit of old me that's still in me. Like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. The only time it matters to me is if it affects her. So if I post something negative,
yeah,
and it's a repost of a quote, and then somebody goes, "Oh, it must be trouble in paradise. Candace ain't not saying this happened. This is just right. Candace ain't taking care of you." Da 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 da. Oh, so you roll, bitch. Nobody told you to be looking at my shit like that. For one, she's fine.
Right.
Yeah. At one point in time, I was feeling this. May not have been in a relationship with her.
But it's somewhere down the line.
Yeah, but at the same time, why the fuck am I explaining this to you? I'm not with you.
Yeah.
I don't care if you cry or not. And why does what I post matter to you?
Yeah.
Is it because you wish you were in her shoes?
More than likely, yeah.
Then you don't need to be talking to me. Bye.
Yeah. See, for me, I'm just like, yeah, I'm not posting it. I'm not posting shit. So you won't know whether it's good or bad. Nigga, you'll never know.
Now, I'll go days without posting.
Right.
But if I'm scrolling and something speaks to me, then I'm like, oh, that's a gem. Let me go ahead and do that. Oh, that's what's up. Somebody might need to hear this.
Yeah.
But see, now, I mean, and when I say somebody, I say that like vaguely, like I may not even know you, and you that somebody that need to hear it, because I don't fuck with people.
Yeah.
I don't bother nobody to myself for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, my circle is very small.
So small.
I don't fuck with people. And people that have been with me during my military years, that have known me since my military years, will tell you, I'm a people person, but I cannot stand people. and I say it all the time. So,
I know. But that's just it, because you draw people even when you don't want to.
And that's when I had to learn through my attachment assessment how to decide what I want to waste my or spend my energy on. I'm not gonna say waste.
Yeah.
Spend my energy on. So like it's some people that come to me that are drawn to me and they'll say, I don't know why, but I am just drawn to you. Something is telling me that I need you in my life in some capacity.
I've heard that.
And I'll be like, all right, that's flattering, but do I need you in my life?
Yeah.
In some capacity. What do you bring to this relationship?
Right.
So if I'm sitting up here and you come to me with all your problems and you don't have the capacity to listen to mine, why am I going to spend my energy listening to yours if I need my energy to solve my problems because you aren't helping me?
So that's where I'm at now, because I used to be the one where everybody come to me and they dump their shit on me and I can give them great advice. But when I needed to pour out or I needed someone to talk to,
your cup too full.
No one, you can't give me the same sound advice that I'm giving you.
And that's why I don't have the friends I've had.
Right.
I got tired of being, because I was known for that. I was known for the same one that's going to give some solid advice from different perspectives.
Yeah.
Okay, but nigga, I got problems too.
And I can't ever call you.
Right.
And just.
Because you always got some shit. Always.
Or you don't have the
capacity or the language or the know-how. But it kind of makes sense as to why they always come
to you.
To me, because they trying to figure their shit out. They know I could articulate it better than them.
Okay, so this is my thing at this point. I am at a place where I can articulate my feelings. I can articulate your feelings when I realize I can identify what's going on with you. Be like, okay, that's why they're behaving in such manner. Do I want to actually save this friendship or be in this friendship where I'm always going to have to do this? Or am I at a place where, because I know my attachment styles, because I know what my love language is, because I know what I identify as, whether it's sapiosexual or demisexual, am I okay with walking away from it? Because I'm more quicker to walk away now than I am to save relationship. And that's simply because, and it's not because I don't value people. It's just as simple as if I can sit down and recall 1,000 times where I was there for you, and I can't count on one time or on one hand the number of times you have been able to be there for me, I can walk away from it.
Yeah.
Because the friendship is right, and the friendship isn't equally yoked, right? As we said earlier, like it's not balanced. That yin and that yang, there's no balance, right? Reciprocity. So I'm not getting that. So if I'm not getting it, I'm gonna walk away. I'm quicker to walk away now than I am to save it, because for me, at 45, I just feel like, if you want to grow, if you want to elevate, if you want to evolve, or if you don't. Some people in our age bracket are okay with where they at and who they are.
So what do you think about the stereotypical thing or opinion of men don't mature as fast as women? So while you're at the age you are and you know where you want to go because you've done this type of work, most men haven't reached the surface, or they're just now tapping into that.
That's true. So that makes it that's when you decide, okay, do I want to deal with this or do I not?
And you at a spot where you like, nah.
I'm just like, I'm not. Like, because
so then you need you
no, what I'm saying is, I haven't found anyone who gave me, I guess, like you said, the potential of where I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm willing to teach and I'm willing to be in a teacher role for whatever, disposition of time for however
I was long. Like, you can't help somebody that don't want to help themselves.
Right. But for me also, it's just like, I don't want to teach. Like, I am at a place where I want you to come in where, it's just a little fine tuning. You got to do some fine tuning with me.
You sound like one of them grandmas be like, look, I done raised my I
done raised my 3 children. I don't want to raise no more. Like, I even say this shit now. And people laugh at me when I say it, but I'm dead ass serious. I am not stepmom material.
So
like,
you
for real.
You got kids, you ain't fucking.
I don't really want. No, I don't want it because I've done.
But at this age, though. But at this age, most kids are grown.
That's a fucking lie. You will be amazed at how many old niggas out here still sleeping.
Just graduated out of school.
Listen, baby, I wish that was it. How about you got a 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, and you in your 50s? Yeah.
We've seen that.
Late 40s.
We've seen that.
And, baby, I don't want to be. I'm not stepmama.
And a kindergarten graduation
at the same damn time. Yeah, listen. My kids grown. I'm not stepmom material. Like I don't want to be nobody's stepmom. Like, hey man,
that eliminates a lot of people.
You would be shocked. Like
So how you feel about a man that has kids but doesn't have a relationship with his kids?
Then we won't have a good relationship because he would definitely have a problem with the relationship I have with my children.
No, what if it's not his? What if it's not his choice? If it was his choice, he would have a relationship. But his kids and maybe the mama implanted something in the kids because it happens.
And I would. Okay, so in cases like that, I would actually encourage some type of, hey, reach out to him, at a steady.
But then that puts him in the friend zone.
Not necessarily. Okay, so I used to think, okay. Listen. So, I used to think that when a guy go in the friend zone, that's it forever. There's 2 things that can happen within the friend zone. And this is just from what I'm learning, even somewhat now. And yes, they can become a great friend, and that's just the capacity of which our friendship is. Or while they're in that friend zone, they're still consistent, they're still there, they still show up. And eventually, when you get to a place where you can handle a relationship like that, you will actually have a conversation to take him from the friend zone or her from the friend zone and be like, okay, now I am ready to be a more like
I'm ready for more.
Right. Mm-hmm. Because I done did the work. Mm-hmm. So I ain't gonna fuck you up like I would have if I would have fucked with you when you wanted to really date me, and because that was my toxic years. Those were the years where right.
You didn't deserve that version of me.
And I knew it. So even within this time frame now check this out. And this is where I think it's like perfect. Because in this time frame, y'all get to know each other, the good, the bad, the ugly, the inside, the out, but in a friend capacity.
So you do believe that before you could be in a truly intimate and successful relationship, like
be friends. Yes. Because if I asked you to be, and I'm going to tell you, it took me a long time to get to this, right? But the reason why I say it like this, if I am your friend, I see who you are from jump. If you're coming at me and you're thinking it's a way for us to have an intimate relationship and be boyfriend and girlfriend, you're not going to show me all the ugly spots of you, of the ugly side of you. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You're going to show me the perfect side. You're going to show me the side. Yeah, but you can tell those friendships too. Can you not? You can tell those fake friendships when it's like that.
It take a minute.
It may take a minute, but one person in that relationship,
because you got to think about it. Some people want to be your friend so bad that they will do anything for you. Anything you ask them to do, anything you need, they'll show up. Okay, and then it gets to the point where now they got your friendship. So now the real them gonna start coming out,
and then you don't like the real them,
right? And then you're gonna look like the disgruntled, unappreciative friend.
Right.
Well, I'm doing the same shit I was doing before. I'm just not doing everything I was doing.
Right. See, Yeah, I guess if you look at it that way, you can have some of those. I just think that motherfuckers is really diabolical if they're if they're
That's that
sitting on that
word.
friend. If you're doing friendships like that, you get what I'm saying? I'm not going to show up for you just to become your friend, only not to show up for you anymore. That's too much fucking work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just not show up from the beginning, so you already know my capacity. You know my capacity, so you already know. All right, this bitch ain't gonna show up for everything. She gonna show up for the really important things, but not for everything. So every cookout, she ain't coming. But the family reunion, she gonna be there. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Those things though.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not. I'd rather show you who I am in the beginning. Because if I show you who I am in the beginning, there is absolutely no way you can think that I am fraudulent in any way possible. Because I've showed you all the good, the bad, the ugly.
But
I showed you my
no
side.
Shit in 2 weeks, y'all just talking.
But in 2 weeks, you get to see a lot.
You get to hear a lot.
Yeah, but conversation rules the nation. I keep saying it. Listen, let me tell you something. You can ask the same question 3 different ways and get 3 different answers. So if I want to know something, and the first time I ask you and it don't sound right, it's gonna go on repeat, just in a different manner.
That's the people.
It's not, but it shows you, because sometimes people are not genuine. So if I'm genuine and I'm showing up genuine and I'm saying, hey, let's be friends first. And even though I'm saying let's be friends, I'm not entertaining anybody else. I'm just working on this friendship with you.
So I used to do that. I used to ask the same question 3 different ways to see if I get the same answer, or to see, just like, oh, they on some fake shit. They just answering it because that's what they think I want to hear. And now I'm to the point to where
I don't give a fuck.
Nah, because the first answer you give me, that's the answer. Only because when you was in school and you taking your quiz or your test on Friday,
yeah,
you might put an answer down and go back and erase it when you double checking your answer.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, that's the wrong answer that you changed it to. But once you turn that paper in, you can't go back and change shit.
It, right.
Your answer is your answer.
So whether right or wrong.
Whether right or wrong, it's your answer.
Yeah.
So I honestly don't feel like we should judge people for how they answer questions. Only because everything is objective, for one. Number 2, I'm coaching you on how to deceive me. Because if I'm telling you that your answer ain't good enough. So now you think, and so now when we're in our casual conversation, or if we're in an intense conversation, and I ask you a question that you know is important to me, you're going to answer it the way you think I want you to answer it. You're not going to answer it the way you would normally answer it, because I have coached you. Nah. Okay. Some people to be so now, that would be like, well, what you want me to say? It ain't what I want you to say. Is what you want to say.
But that would be the person that like really fucking like, again, diabolical. Because why would I want to lie to you enough where I want to find a way to deceive you? Why not?
What if it's not that? What if it's they just want to be accepted?
Then just be you.
But that's what I'm trying to say. So like when you ask them questions and they answer it.
No, when I say ask questions and they answer it and don't sound right, I mean like some shit where you're already looking at them sideways like,
That's what I mean. So why even if you got to side eye somebody, why ask the question?
Because you still want to know.
So why ask it the second and third time?
Because you want to know if you still get the same answer.
That's too much.
Okay, the healed version of me would say yes, you're correct.
Okay.
The unhealed version of me is gonna be like, nah,
you're true.
I'm going to ask because something in the way you said that shit made me not. It didn't sit well in my spirit.
So you need an answer to an answer.
I do.
And then you need
Sometimes.
a confirmation on that.
It just depends on what it is.
Right. But in a sense, you're grooming someone
to lie to you.
So you can't be mad when it clicks. Like
you can
damn, that ain't you.
Mad.
That you could be mad. Let me rephrase that. You shouldn't. but it should click like. But if you're gonna be mad at somebody, you should be mad at yourself.
Because I gave you the answer.
Right. I gave you the answer to cheat on that test.
Ah.
And then when they memory go bad and they can't remember what the answers was to that test. Prime example, a quiz and a test. It's a difference, right?
Right.
Quiz is a shorter version of a test.
Mm.
You knew all the answers on the quiz because you studied for it. And you studied that person's mannerisms when you answered a certain way. So now you know, okay, I can't answer that way. So now you go and take the test. Now, mind you, you passed the quiz. You go and take the test and you fail it. And guess what you failed it by? The answers from the questions from that quiz because your ass forgot. Because it's not muscle memory at that point.
Right.
You studied that.
Right.
And after you got past that little portion, you
forgot it. Yeah. Yeah.
But when you're telling the truth, that's why I say the truth is always easier. Because when you're telling the truth all the time, you can never tell a lie.
But most people will not think of it like that. Let's be honest. How many people actually think like us? So they don't think like that. We can think that far ahead. But that's also why we could trip people up too. Because we think about the overthinking shit.
And we talking about that. We're talking about presence.
Right. So while you're over here, and even though I asked you the same question in a different manner, you're thinking I'm asking you a whole different question. So you're giving me a whole different answer. You get what I'm saying? So now I know that these two don't match up. So somewhere you lie. All I'm doing is giving you more rope to hang yourself.
You mind fucking people. And what? That's like dangling a rat in front of a snake's mouth and expecting him not to eat it.
At some point, you gotta know. You gotta know.
You know with the first answer.
At some point, you gotta know.
When people show you who they are, believe them.
And I do. But I just, I guess I get that little, I would just give one more chance.
So you do give grace?
I do give grace. Certain time. Or a few in between, I give grace. Because at this point, I feel like, you know what the fuck you're doing. And you're doing it on purpose. Like, because it's not hard. I give you the keys. Always give you the key or the answers to the test. There's never a time where you don't get the answer to the test. I give you the answer to the test. So when you fail, it's just like, come on, bruh.
You know this stuff.
How is this even possible that you fail when I have given you the answer? When I have told you exactly how to love me. Teach me. And you want me to know something? You want me to fall in love with you? Teach me something. Do this, do that. But if you don't, then what am I supposed to do? I guess for me, it's just as simple as either you got it or you don't. It's just as simple as that. I ain't teaching you. I'm too old in this shit. I'm 45. Bro, if I gotta start over for what?
What if it was you though? What if somebody had to teach you?
Again, I feel like when you come into a relationship at my age, you have the basics. You have the language. You have the emotional intelligence. You have the communication skills. Like you can read the room. You read body language. So you have everything you need to come into this relationship and it actually grows into something beautiful. All you have to do is teach me the small stuff to love you because you got all the other stuff, like all the core classes. Let's think about it like it's like you said, it's school, right?
Right.
You say job, I'm talking about school. In school, you had these core classes you had to have and you had to pass.
The common knowledge.
Right. So you have your core classes. All you got to teach me is your electives. It shouldn't be this hard.
Fine tune it.
That's it. If I got to go back and give you some remedial teaching in your core classes, maybe I don't want it. Nah.
Now, from a school aspect, though, that's what you've been doing all your life.
Which is why I don't want to do it no more.
When you go to another grade, you still got to take them core classes. It's just another level of them core classes because it's helping you evolve. Essentially, because all like the school curriculum is
right. That's another story for another day, another topic. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like always, if you start there, though, like if you start there, are you gonna be happy?
Every happiness
is teach subjective. You everything.
But that's the thing. Now that's different. If you have to teach somebody everything, or if you just gotta teach them
the electives, the light dusty, right. That's easy. That's what I want.
You know how to love. I need to show you how to love me.
That's what I want. What you're coming up across a lot of the day is, I'm gonna tell you I know how to love, but then when you actually have to put
the actions don't match the word,
it doesn't. And then when I call you out about it,
you're the bad guy.
You think you perfect? No.
You think you know everything?
I apologize because I didn't do it right, and I called out what I didn't do right. You get what I'm saying? Because to me, if I'm apologizing, I'm gonna name exactly what I'm apologizing for, so that okay, I identified that. But not only that, now I'm gonna try not to do this again.
Right.
I'm gonna try to take this away because I see how this have hurt you. So all that is like, to me, you have to have tools like that and to be able to walk through this whole healing journey and actually see a difference at each stage. Think about it. The first thing we did was had to learn how our attachments and what our attachment styles was. Then we learned what was our triggers and our attachment styles, what it looks like when you're healing and when it looks like when you're like in a secure healing place. And a lot of those things, we're in a secure healing place, right? But it took us a minute to get there. We had to know when to dig in deeper and decide this is what we want to do. This is how we want to do it. And this is where we're going to go at with it. Or we had those times where we was like,
it's a little too much.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that stay right there.
A little bit at a time.
Oh, I would jump away for a little bit, then I'm gonna let that rest.
Yeah,
digest that for a little bit. I'm gonna come back to it at a later time. Like we have to learn what to do with it. Once you learn your attachment style, once you start learning some of the language, you learn a lot more about yourself. You learn sometimes you did a self-abandonment when you were unhealthy under the fear of employment. You learn that you had a problem with self-validation. You learn a lot of stuff about yourself. How are you going to use that stuff now? And then
what is it protecting you from?
Oh, from the imaginary hurt.
Or the visualized hurt.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it's protecting you. Like your protection is your anticipation.
But that's the problem, right? Because we are anticipating this to happen. But if it doesn't happen,
you can put yourself through the unnecessary trauma.
For no reason. And potentially have damaged a potential relationship, friendship.
And I'm guilty of that. Like, I'm the type of person prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
Hope for the best.
So I overthink about how all the different angles, how things could go. And I try to prepare myself for the worst angle possible. So that way, anything in between that happens, I'm okay with.
Yeah.
And then when something great happens, it's like when none of those bad things happen, like, oh shit, like it's even more of a surprise.
Right.
But that's a double-edged sword.
That
sometimes
is.
it helps and sometimes it doesn't, because then that's a form of self-sabotage. And I really didn't think I was a self-sabotager until therapy and me reading the shit back to myself throughout journaling and stuff. And I'm just like,
damn,
bitch, you toxic.
Did you really do that
right,
shit?
like, damn, what you expected to happen?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
leave that shit in this book. Don't tell that to nobody. So it's self-evaluation.
Right. For me, I had to talk it out with somebody, because it was that talk it out moment where I got that, oh shit, that's what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I'm self-sabotaging like a motherfucker. Oh God, that's why I respond like that. That's why I do this. Like, I had to talk it out. I had to have someone to give me or ask me the right type of questions for me to get to that moment by myself or with myself where I'm like, oh shit, I can identify exactly what this is. Yeah, I'm definitely self-sabotaging. Yes, this is if I make that decision, on this side, I will be abandoning myself. On this side, I'll be setting boundaries. But setting boundaries might also make me lose that person.
Mm-hmm.
Or the closeness or the connection I wanted with that person. You get what I'm saying? So it makes you, like, sometimes talking it out with someone, it gives you a better perspective that you probably wouldn't see when I'm writing it out. Because when I write it out, yeah, I'm being honest, but that's sometimes the most crudest and rawest language that you're going to get from me when I'm writing it out.
If I write it out and I say it back to myself and I'm conflicted, like, it sounds bad, but then I can justify it too.
Yeah.
That's when I'll talk to somebody.
Okay.
And it's normally the person I got the problem with.
Right.
Because I want to know from their perspective what it is. I don't want to play the fence.
Right.
I want to know what it is and what it ain't.
Right.
And if that person is telling me, like, you toxic, this is what you're doing, okay, I was right to doubt it.
Yeah.
Which is why I journaled about it. So then I've seen this on paper. So when it comes out of someone else's mouth,
I can
accept it and I can identify it. Like, okay, so what I was seeing was true. That's the reason why I doubted how I was feeling.
Right.
Because normally I'm emotionally intelligent enough to know that what I'm feeling is accurate, because I'm able to identify what made me feel that way.
Right.
But if I ever have to journal it, it's because some portion of me is conflicting with that natural feeling that I'm feeling.
Right.
And I want to make sure it's justified before I wreak havoc.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
And so and then if I read it back to myself and I'm just like, bitch, you stupid. This shit sounds dumb. Like, and I would ask myself, would you want to hear this? Nah, we're gonna keep that one in the journal. Right. It's not even worth the riling somebody up or, pushing somebody buttons over. It's minute.
Yeah. I see. Okay. Now I have done the video journaling, and for me, that's normally when my emotions are at its highest.
Watching yourself cry?
I have to watch myself cry.
I ain't gotta do that. I know people like that. I don't got to do
release
that.
because it helps me to release. And I can see, like, when I'm talking, it might not work for everybody, but it does work for me, because when I'm in those moments where I need to release and I am crying and I'm talking about it, I see my most rawest emotion and can identify exactly what it is that brought me to that point. So then I can go back on the timeline on how I got to that place. You get what I'm saying? So then when I watch it again, I've already dealt with it, but I'm looking at it and I could identify this feeling. I could identify that made me think like that, or that's what caused me to feel like that. And now I understand why I had that spiral down like that, because I'm talking. So everything that's coming in my mind, I'm saying on this video, because I need to go back to this video at some point and be able to see it and identify what emotions made me cry.
Okay, so video journaling and writing in the journal is the same thing.
Yeah.
Because it's times where I write and I ball cry. I at one point I ain't had a dry page in my journal.
Everything was the polka dot.
Yeah, which is another and smeared shit and like what the fuck.
Yeah.
Which is another reason why I went to electronic journaling.
Yeah.
So and then also as I'm reading it, I can say, okay, I can see, like you said, I can look back at it and identify each feeling.
Yeah.
Because those are my raw emotions. That's why I said earlier, like in the last episode, when I was talking about how journaling is like a more vague what I want. I can say what I want to say, how I want to say it as many times as I want to say it.
Yeah.
But it helps me prune, or it helps me simplify to where someone else would be able to understand the problem, the person that's causing me to feel this way, or the thing that, or the situation that's causing me to feel this way. I can easily articulate it to where people will understand either you gonna deal with my emotions the way they are, or you gonna leave me alone and let me process my shit.
Right.
This is what I'm feeling right now. Can you handle it?
Right.
No? Okay.
Let me go through my shit. Let me sit through my shit. Yeah.
Oh, you can't handle it? Well, you tell me how. Let me tell you what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? I just start going in.
Right.
And then sometimes it's too much.
Yeah.
And
so okay, how do you keep from having those too much moments more now? Now that you know your attachment style, now that you know what your triggers are, how to identify your triggers quicker, all that. How do you do it now?
So for one, it depends on the size of the trigger.
Okay.
Because if it's a large trigger, and it's one, or if it's a multifaceted trigger, like it could be stages, right? To where everything builds up to this one massive trigger. Mm-hmm. I identify the stages earlier, and I chomp away at it as it's happening, a little bit at a time.
Okay.
Versus trying to just kill the whole thing in one. Yeah, it's like that. Sometimes that can be overwhelming. Do I really want to cry that much in one day?
Yeah.
Or do I want to cry a little bit here,
and a little bit there,
and then just let it all out at the end? That and another way I would say is I check myself. I check my approach to everything, and I think about how I want to be remembered in that moment. Sometimes I don't care.
Yeah.
And then at other times I'm like, you better than this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a better way
to deal with it.
To express yourself and just saying it.
Yeah.
You know, and then I ask myself, is that something that I would want to receive? Like I self-reflect, like when somebody can really get me to the point to where I'm a complete asshole, like I've given you too much power over me, I need to take that shit back. I need to reel it in just a little bit.
Yeah.
So if I know I don't want to be an asshole, I have to stand true to that and be like, that's not what you want to do. And if somebody is taking you out of character and making you get back into that, you need to reevaluate
your relationship. Yeah.
So,
and I think that sometimes people don't want to have that conversation with themselves. Mm-hmm. Like, do I really want to have this conversation that this person might not be anymore? Like, I wish our friendship have came to an end, or this relationship have served this purpose because
I learned what I needed to learn,
and now I'm done with it, and it's not giving nothing else. Like, that's not a conversation a lot of people like to have
because everybody look at it as something negative. But when you and that's why I really kind of commend people who can be friends after a breakup, right? And I'm not that one.
I am that one.
Not, and the reason why I'm not is because if I plan to have something of substance later, I don't want it to affect my significant other in that way. Like I understand because I've been through it. Yeah. Clearly. I understand that boundaries can be put in place and they can be respected, and that's a capacity all of its own. But you know what happens if that one time they do decide to cross the line, or what happens if, like you said, y'all start out as friends and then y'all realize y'all are so evenly yoked.
Nah.
That's that's the risk you take in my
But
mind.
okay, yeah.
But
okay, I got you.
So that's where I am when it comes to now.
Right.
If I'm single and we broke up and we're friends, I can be your friend.
Yeah.
As long as we ended on a good note, you know. But once I get into a relationship,
I have to cut that off.
Yeah, I got to cut that off because
I can't
I
build
don't.
something.
Yeah, I'm not trying to build an insecurity in the person I'm with because I can't let go of my past.
Right, and I can't say, "Hey, man, we cool when we see each other," but that's it.
Right, and that's another thing too. Is just like that's why I believe in. I don't think nobody should get out of one relationship and jump right into another.
Oh, I
you
don't
need to have space and time
you
to
need
yourself.
To heal.
Yes, and you need to heal, and you need to be able to say that person's name without a memory popping up, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah,
that's just somebody I knew.
Yeah,
get to that point if you can. But if you was in a deep relationship, of course, you want to get to a point where you can say that person's name and nothing negative comes about. But you also don't want the positive shit to come about and stir up some old feelings that you thought you ain't have no more. Because you didn't fully process the breakup and y'all remain friends and that person still had access to
you. That's the amount of access that the person gets. That is what's important. Because if we broke up and we're still friends, we still talk, your access level to me has to change drastically. Because I'm not that same person with you. Who I was when I came into this relationship and who I am when I'm leaving this relationship, two different people. Hopefully there has been nothing but evolution. But if it hasn't, you still have to go back to the point where you remember or you start learning about, because a lot of times in these relationships, which is another reason why I'm so hard on not wanting to be, is a lot of times people lose autonomy, self-autonomy. So they get in these relationships and it's about them and this other person. Then it's about that other person. Oh, but this other person needs what this other person needs. By the time you leave that relationship,
you forgot
who the hell you are. So now you got to take time to find yourself and find out who are you outside of that relationship. I have had conversations where guys have gotten so angry with me because I believe in self-autonomy. Yes, I want to be in a relationship with you. Yes, I want to spend time with you.
But I want to be me.
And I need to be able to still have who I am outside of you without you converging. Nothing disrespectful. Nothing to take away from you. Nothing to take away from me. Just who I am outside of us.
And what can I bring individually?
Right. Like everything is not for us to do together. Because we don't like everything. But allow me some time to be able to enjoy the things that I like by myself.
Yeah, because you're not going to like everything that I fucking like.
And then if we start compromising too much, we both going to not be doing shit we don't like. Oh, well, she don't like that and he don't like this. So we ain't going to do neither one of those.
Right.
We going to do this boring ass shit that we
neither one of us
really like. Yeah. Or want to do. You get what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, let's get it from the start. Let's be honest from the start. Friendship. I do believe now friendship is more important when I'm trying to get to know somebody or date somebody than anything else. Most definitely. Show me the ugly version. Show me the ugly side of you. In 2 weeks, you may think you can't learn a lot, but you can learn a whole lot. Because number one, if they're not genuine and they're not real, it's going to come out because conversation is going to start drying up with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real quick.
I don't know what to say.
Right. Like, it ain't nothing else to talk about. How you doing? Yeah. What do you mean? Like, you get what I'm saying? It's a world of, let's just talk. If I can't get that out of you, why am I going to come and share a meal with you? I don't like dressing up like that for other people.
But even still, we're going to just sit there and watch each other eat.
Right.
You got chicken and French fries?
Or you're on your phone. And that is a pet. That would be even worse.
You been on dates, people on their phone?
Oh man, listen. If you ever wonder why, you never got a call back from me.
Your phone was
you was
busy
on
enough.
the phone.
Your phone was busy
Because for me, it's just like, listen, this is an experience all in its own that we probably never have again in this capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy it. Take from it. If you're in your phone, you can't enjoy it.
You're not experiencing
me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
You're experiencing my energy. But you're not experiencing me.
And my energy is too expensive, bruh. I'd rather stay home than to come and sit out here with you. And you get all this and I get nothing in return. Like,
you know, one thing after this whole attachment assessment and actually reflecting and making that be the work, I realized that my energy is petty. And I don't like it. And the reason why I say that is because you know how people like, yeah, I match energy.
Yeah.
I look it up in the dictionary. I'm like, I will match energy, and I don't even know I'm doing it. Oh. And then it'd be like, so like if I'm around somebody and I automatically sense that negative energy, then my energy is just negative. But then they be like, what's wrong with you?
Bitch, what's wrong with you? Yeah. I bet you did.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That's what you give it off.
And that's something. So, and I notice now, because I noticed that I do that.
Right.
I'm more self-aware. So I try my hardest not to do it. But I'm a work in progress. It just depends on how I'm feeling at the moment.
Yeah.
If I'm having a good day and I catch your bad energy, I'm going to try to shift that. And I ain't going to take on that bad energy. But now if I'm already having a bad day,
and
my negativity field is wide the fuck open. I'm gonna welcome them with open arms.
Go.
And I'm gonna show you just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with the shit.
Right.
You know?
I ain't always conscious.
Yeah. So it just depends.
Yeah.
And I had to learn to accept the fact that, well, at least now you know.
At least you know.
You know, so I can start to work on that.
So people think that when you're healing, you just have this great side of you where you namaste all day.
Hell no.
Hell no. Like some days, man.
I ain't got time for this bullshit, bro. The old me will pop out quick. Like, look, fuck what you heard. Hey,
right.
It's like the devil and the angel, right? You got the healed version and the not so healed version. Like,
right.
I hear what you saying,
but I really want to bust this bitch ass.
Fuck that. This
ain't
not on this timeline. You know what I'm saying? Catch me in the streets.
Oh, Jesus. Man, listen. People don't understand.
Just because I'm healed don't mean I'm completely healed.
Just because I'm healed don't mean I'm still not with the shit.
Yeah.
Because I still am.
I just pick and choose now.
Pick and choose now. Because I'm going to think it through.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm willing to go all the way with you, then please believe, A, you deserve it. And B, I already got my bond money to the side. Like,
see, that's what again, I guess that's my diabolical thinking, because ain't no bond for me. Ain't no bond for me.
Baby.
If I gotta put my hands on somebody, I might as well kill you, because I done fucked up my entire life. I got too much to lose behind that. So the minute I put my hand on somebody and I go to jail, I can't come out and get my same job. I can't come out and do the same shit I was doing to make the money I was making.
Right.
Now I'm fucking with my livelihood. All because I couldn't control my temper, because I
ain't
let you drive me fucking crazy.
I ain't trying to kill folks.
Hey, at least I know
I just want to teach you a lesson.
Free healthcare, free dinner. So it might not be the most comfortable.
Shit.
But I was in the military. And I know what it's like to sleep on the floor.
Bruh, I don't want it. Fuck that. I ain't with that. Listen, it is not that serious for me. I'll go and spend some time, but bitch, I don't want to spend all my life.
But that's why I always say, like, if I gotta put my hands on you, I need to be with you.
Yeah.
I was in a toxic relationship where that was our language. Like, and it wasn't because I hit them first. It was like they would haul off and smack the fuck out of me. And I guess they thought I just wasn't gonna hit them back.
Right.
Like,
nah, bitch.
I'm young and dumb. I'm with the shit. Let's go. Call the police on who?
No.
Shit, I got bruises too.
Both going to jail.
That's right. Shit, self-defense. I was always taught not to hit somebody first.
Right, let them hit you first.
Now, I was the type of kid, I will say the meanest shit to make you hit me first so I can have a reason to hit you.
Yeah.
Like if I wanted to fight you,
yeah.
I'm gonna say some fucked up shit to make you hit me, so I can have a reason to hit you.
Yeah, and then I can go. I can let loose on your ass.
But as I got older, I started learning like, boy, this ain't healthy. Like the police know our name.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, because if it ain't you calling,
I'm calling.
I can honestly say I never called.
Oh,
it was always either them or the neighbors.
Oh shit! So your neighbors was just like, yeah, they at it again.
Just punched her in the face. What did you know what this bitch did to me inside the house? I was trying to get away. Shit like that.
Oh Lord!
And then that's when I was like, if I gotta put my hands on you, I need to be with you. And then I realized some of them relationships, that's what them girls expect.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, I'm not the one. Just
that
somebody got mad at me because I wouldn't fight them.
Listen, we always talk about the fears unlocked in me as single. Number one, being pregnant. Cause oh my God, that's how the TikTok I got on where them old women was coming up pregnant left and right. No ma'am, absolutely not. But the other fear in me is actually dating somebody now that would put their hands on me. That.
Especially in this area, because there's a lot of PTSD.
Come on, bruh. Like,
Candace told me that before me, she steered away from dating. That was like a deal breaker, was dating the military.
Yeah.
Because of their mental health.
I don't date no one in the military. And even now, if they like have been in the military and they out, I need to know your mental health status. Because I need to know what I can and I can't deal with.
I asked her, I said, what was the exception for me? Like, because her exact word was, because you was calm. And I never knew a calm person like that. She said, sometimes it was like scary calm. Like, she thought because I was so calm, I was fucking batshit crazy.
Yeah. See, I don't want to worry about none of that shit. I'm telling you, bruh, the amount of things that have me scared now to date is getting longer and longer. Like,
because you're reading too much.
Perhaps. Listen, oh my God, we say that shit. It is. Because once
and
you know
it.
But it's just like you can't do nothing but help.
But yeah, but these days everything that you see is not a precursor to the next thing. It's some people that just wired weird like that. So they'll do something in our minds. It's like, well, they're doing this because they're gonna end up doing this, but in their mind, they're just doing it just because they're doing it.
But I don't want to have to take that. That's a dice game. I'm not willing to participate in it. I don't want to participate in that. Fuck that. I'm not throwing the dice on that. Like, nah, my nigga, you look crazy. You done said a couple of things. Nah, I'm good. We just gonna go our separate ways. But that is a fear of getting into an abusive relationship, because there are women my age now that you're seeing more and more of that's coming up, getting hurt, but dying.
But okay, so from a healed perspective, how do you stop that fear from becoming your story? Because essentially that's what it's boiling down to. If you end up being single for the rest of your life, your fear of what could be has become your story.
Right. So for me, I feel like the way you keep it from becoming your story is you still date. Like, I still will hold conversation. I still will talk to people. It doesn't mean it's going anywhere. Because again, I'm looking at all type of shit. If it looked like a duck, if it quacked like a duck, guess what the fuck it is?
Shuck it, duck it, quack, quack.
And I'm leaving you the fuck alone. So I mean, you don't allow it to take over, because you still date. You still try and get to know people. You still hold conversations. You still like try and and make it happen. You get what I'm saying? Just having to go through it though.
Is debunking the theory.
Is
taking the test, taking the risk, knowing what the outcome could be. But if that was the thing, you would never approach anything in life. You wouldn't go to work.
Yeah.
Fear of having a bad day or things not going the way.
But we know how to put that, like how to really apply it to our life. We ain't gonna apply it to everything. We'll apply it for certain things. Right. So we apply it to certain things. So for me, I would apply it to dating. I wouldn't apply it to everything in my life. But dating, yeah, I'm way more conscious. Like I'll side eye somebody real quick. So it's just one of those things. Like you're learning how to still get out there and do, like, still participate, even though you know, if I roll the dice wrong, if I crap out one time, my nigga, like that could be it for me.
Another part of accepting that you're not always going to win.
No,
you're going to lose more than you win to win.
Yeah,
because you don't know you've won unless you've lost.
Right.
So lessons learned.
Right.
No mistake is wrong. It's a lesson, right?
Yeah.
So in a sense, it's like if you are always trying to put yourself in the position to win, ultimately you're going to lose.
You're going to lose. And you're going to lose more.
Way more.
Okay. So even with knowing that, are you still going to, what are you going to do? Are you still going to get out there and hope you win? Because remember, you attract what you are.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm trying to attract winning, then I need to be on the frequency, right, of winning. So, but I still prepare for
the loss.
Mm-hmm. But I'm attracting the winning. And my mindset is still trying to win.
Right. But you gotta understand, you're going to lose several times in different ways before you win that you deserve to win.
Of course.
So what a lot of people do is because they're so fixated on winning, they ignore the losses and then wonder why they haven't won yet. Because if you ignore the losses, then you fall into that same pattern.
Yeah.
Right? And it's repetitious. You're repeating the same pattern, so you're getting the same results. So you need those losses.
Yeah. But most people are going to look at those losses.
Right. And that's the problem.
How many people going to actually talk about those losses? Like, we are comfortable with talking about our losses. But look how long it took for us to get to this place. So imagine someone who's just starting out and like may understand the concept that, okay, if I look at these losses and I talk about these losses, then they don't become losses, they become lessons.
Mm-hmm.
How many people are actually going to have that thought process?
98% of the people won't, because they have not taken the time to assess. They have not taken the time to identify. They have not taken the time to find the tool and use them, as well as doing the work.
Right.
So there's always going to be a vast majority that's behind another vast majority.
This is why I believe healing is not for social media.
No.
Because healing isn't pretty. What we see on social media makes healing looks pretty. Mm-hmm. And that shit is never pretty. It's ugly.
And no matter what you do, somebody always hurting. Yeah. Even if you smiling, the other person is hurting because of the boundary that you set, and you're smiling. And then you still feel kind of bad, but you realize you gotta do it for yourself.
Right. That's the thing. Like, people do not understand that when you set a boundary, it's because they have abused the
leniency or the grace,
the welcome.
Yeah.
The welcome of we have where you could come in, stay a while. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. They overstayed it, welcome,
right? You overstayed your welcome. So now I have to set a boundary because you don't know when to leave. Right. You don't know how to read the fucking room and realize, look, let me church free and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
To the left. You get what I'm saying? So you feel guilty that you have to do it, but the fact that we have to do it because other people aren't reading the room is even worse.
Mm-hmm. But then it also makes you reevaluate, and that's when, you know, how you say your circle gets smaller when you start setting boundaries, because it makes you wonder, like, well, if you got a problem with this boundary, and if you care about me the way you say you care about me, why you even put me in the position to set this boundary?
To set this boundary.
Because we've had this conversation before, and you ain't cared then, but now you care because this boundary affects you.
And that's even if you didn't have, even if we didn't have this kind of conversation, you know who I am as a person. Mm-hmm. You know how I move.
You know what I
give, right? What I give to you. Why would you not just as easily reflect that back to me in some capacity? Yeah. Right. Like, give me a little bit. Just give me something to work with. And a lot of times it's just about, it's about me and how I want to handle this and how I want this to be. And it's, you know, it becomes the problem, or it becomes, you start seeing it where you no longer feel like it's a joint conversation. It's just about that one person and how they are seeing this and how you're trying to get them to understand how you feel. Mm-hmm. One-way conversation.
And I think it don't have to be perfect. Like, I'm a perfectionist, so that's why I value journaling.
Yeah.
But I wasn't always like that. I had to lose several times. There's a lot of stuff that I might have said that I probably went back later. I'm like, I probably shouldn't have
said that. Yeah.
And I could have had a better outcome.
Right.
But that's when I started to acknowledge those losses. And
so as a perfectionist, how does that affect?
It's bad. Because I stew over things. I stew out of fear of not saying the right thing, only because I want to make sure that I'm intentional with my words. I don't want there to be any room for error. So if it takes me a little bit, or any room for miscommunication or misconception, like, I want to mean what I say and say what I mean.
Yeah.
And I want for it to sit well within the person that's receiving it.
Yeah.
So I step outside of myself. I know what I'm feeling. I know how I want to say it.
Yeah.
But how is this person going to receive it?
Yeah.
Because that's ultimately what matters.
Yeah.
In this instance, it is like if I'm going through something that someone else did to, and someone else is the cause of it, I need them to understand what they did to me if I expect for them to fix it.
Right.
So I overthink, or I delve deeper into it, and I try to think of it from their perspective. So, like, journaling helps me with that, because if I sit up here and tell this person the way I perceive things and just me,
right,
they're not going to hear any of it,
right?
Or they'll take the parts that hit them the most, or like that made them feel a hurt feeling.
Yeah.
And then it's going to turn into
another session.
Right.
Yeah.
So I can't say, like, my hesitance to speak helps. Does it always help the situation that I'm in or fix the situation? No, because sometimes too much time has passed.
Yeah.
And I got to rehash the whole thing again.
When they thought it's over with.
Yeah.
And
that's another loss that I had to learn from. So it's a series of losses that got me to the point where now my perfectionism, I can hone in on it in a more timely fashion.
Okay.
So now when I say I stew over things, I give myself a time limit.
Right.
Now, because I realize how much more difficult it is to prove my point about some shit that happened 3, 4, 5 days ago. Right. This person never went past that shit. And so now I get over, and a lot of people say this about me too, is that I get over things fast.
Yeah,
I do. I cannot let it bother me.
It can't stick with me too long.
Unless it's something like really, really detrimental. Yeah. And it's really disappointing.
I need to get it out, and then I'm done with it. Let me say what I need to say, and if I feel like it's worth me mentioning, because most things I will process myself and just walk away from it and not have to say anything. Mm-hmm. If I feel the need that something needs to be said, please allow me to say it, because that's just, I need to get it off my chest. Now, after I say it, That's it. You won't hear me say bring it up again unless you want to talk about it. But I at least need to feel it.
That's another reason why I stoop, because I want to make sure I get it all out.
Yeah.
Because if not, I'll say, if I speak in the moment, I'll say something, and then once it's over with, I'll think about it and be like, damn,
I should have said this.
Because this is really how I was feeling.
Yeah. And I understand that. I can get that totally. For me, I just kind of like, all right, let me process this. Let me say what I need to say, get it out, and then I'm done. We can move on. And now it's no more that is no longer an issue. Mm-hmm. Where I know, as for some people, they can't. They have to sit in it. That is one of those things where you got to learn when
that's just
it works.
How people work. Yeah. And again, that's another thing. Like, everybody's healing does not look the same. And what works for you might not work for me.
Yeah.
Or the next person. But as long as you're able to, like I said, assess, identify, get the proper tools, learn how to make them work for yourself, you're on the right path. There's no set way of how to heal.
No. Take a little of this, take a little of that. Because that's what I do. Even with cooking, I do the same thing. I see the same recipe 3 or 4 different ways. And I look at the very best of what they're putting in the ingredients, how they're making it, all that. And then I come up with my own version of those 3 combined together. And voila, that works for me. That's my pattern. That's how I'm going to fix it for me. Right. It's not a set path.
And I may not use the same path every single time.
Right.
It's some instances where I don't have to journal.
Yeah.
And I'll sit there and I think it through and I'll be like, yeah, this ain't even worth me taking that time out to pull my phone out to start journaling.
So you would journal about it. Yeah.
And it's because I've journaled so much about it to where I can recognize it now. So it's just like,
same shit.
You don't want to keep writing the same shit over and over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then sometimes,
but that can be a tool to show you where you still have a trigger at too.
That's true too.
Because if you go back, but that's how I know. It.
So that's where self-awareness comes in too. Because if I notice that I have to run to my journal for the same thing multiple times, then it's something I'm not doing right.
Yeah.
So then I change my approach.
Yeah.
And then when it finally clicks and I'm not going through that anymore, I was like, okay, that's what I needed to do. I needed to change my approach.
Yeah.
That's the only way that's the only control you have.
Yeah. I agree with that. Now that I totally agree with, because if you try anything else, you will be aggravated, agitated. Like it's gonna wear on you.
Yeah, because now you're not just mad about the situation. Now you're mad because you know the situation and you're trying to do shit to fix it, and that ain't working.
And then you don't know what to do next, or you know what to do next, but you really don't want to do it because you already know what the outcome gonna look like.
And that's when people give up.
And that's when they give up. Yep.
So,
because you don't want to deal with it.
Right. It's too hard.
I've had a place where, man, let me deal with it. Let me get this shit over with. Right. Let me get this shit over with and move on. Mm-hmm. Whatever direction it's going to go in, it's going to go. But at least.
At first, I looked at it as an obstacle, something that was stopping me from being able to progress. Now I look at it as not an obstacle, but an experience. Something I have to go through in order for me to progress. Because I realize that an obstacle, you can jump over it, you can go around it. The obstacle is still going to be there.
Yeah.
Same way like a hurdle runner when you run a track. Them hurdles is the same amount of space away from each other.
They are.
And you could jump over it, and if you got to do 3 and 4 laps, you already know where them hurdles going to be. You just learn how to avoid them better.
Yeah.
But when you fall, when you hit one of them motherfuckers and you hit the ground, that won't happen again.
But no, you learn your lesson.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but you learn your lesson, but you also understand the risk that comes with running hurdles.
Yeah.
That's not to say you will never hit it again. But
it just means you're more aware.
Right. You're more aware of the fact that it can happen. And when it happens, you know you got to get your ass up.
Back up. Yep. And you get up quicker. Mm-hmm. You heal quicker.
Because you've been through it.
Because you've been through it. It's just a different version of it.
So now instead of me looking at it as an obstacle of something I have to figure out a way around and take the long way around,
Right.
nah, I'm gonna just go ahead and go through this experience so I can get to where I need to be a lot quicker.
So I remember reading something one time and it sticks. It says when you start over, you're never starting over from scratch. You're starting over with experience.
Mhm.
And it makes so much sense because even if you put it in the sense of how you deal with people, how I used to deal with you has changed because of whatever the experience has been between us. So now that I deal with you, I know how to deal with you in the manner or in the capacity that's going to work better for both of us. Because I'm not going to put myself in a situation again where I'm hurt or I'm walking away and I have all this on me because I wasn't able to get it out. You get what I'm saying? So when you learn how someone, or once you learn how that person is, it's up to you to decide, am I going to accept this or am I going to let it go? That's the first thing. How we're going to interact and how much access am I going to allow? That is the biggest thing that this thing have taught me, is determining the access that people have towards or have with me. Because some people I had allowed a lot of access that should not have been. In certain situations, even prior to taking this test, I seen it. So it was already cutting off. And I was already backing up because I'm looking and I'm like, okay, yeah, I was doing too much. And I was doing too much because
I was giving you too much.
Right. I was giving you way too much because of my attachment style. And then once I sit down and I do the weighing of it, I realized this ain't enough. Like the scales ain't balancing out. Me and my brother was talking the other day, and I think I said I compare it to like when people talk about love. And he was like, do you think love is enough? And I said, no. I said, think about it. It's almost like a scale, balancing scale. You have love on this end and love is down here. This is how much love costs you. So when you're with somebody or when you're saying it's not enough, what else do they have to give besides love? They have to give the respect. They have to have the emotional intelligence. They have to have the communication skills. They have to have whatever it is, that love language it is that you
loyalty,
need.
The commitment,
for it to balance out. Love is no longer enough.
Is it a big portion?
Yeah. But is it enough to balance out you and make somebody stay? You get what I'm saying? That's
because you can love somebody enough to let them leave too.
Hell yeah.
Because you know you can't give them nothing else.
That is the most self-aware shit I would ever see. When you can let somebody walk away from you, knowing that you love them with all their heart, with all your heart, but you are not who they need.
Or that you're holding them back.
Or who you holding, or even if they're holding you back.
Right.
That's a hard thing to recognize too. People don't talk about that a lot. Like when you really realize that you're in a relationship that no longer feeds you and grow.
But that's when you give that person, if they mean that much to you,
right?
You give that person the option to stay or walk away. Because it's like, look, this is the path that I'm on.
Right.
This is where I'm going. This is what I feel I am meant to do.
Right.
Are you gonna ride this train with me? Or are you gonna get off at the next stop?
Do you wanna ride?
I did not kidnap you. I'm not making you go on this journey with me. It is your decision.
It's your decision.
And at any point in time, if you cannot handle this ride,
walk away.
You can get off,
run,
and figure your own path.
Yeah. That's why for me,
because I might be on my way to country living.
Right.
You might still want the city life. So
life.
while we traveling on this journey, you might see the city life and be like, you know what?
That's what I want.
That's what I want. And I'm not going to fault you for that.
Yeah.
Because we're not aligned. We're not on the same path.
That's the conversation that a lot of people aren't ready to have.
And because it's a hard one. And you know it's going to be some tears.
Yeah.
It's going to be some heartache. It's going to be a hard goodbye. Then it's going to be that would have factor.
Yeah.
Or maybe you'll think like, okay, I could have been a little bit more compromising. But then at that point, it's like, okay, well, how much more compromising do I really have to be?
Yeah.
And why is it that I got to be the one to compromise?
Why I have to be the one that give up?
Yeah, why we couldn't live on the outskirts of the city so you can still have your dose of city life and I still have my dose of the country life?
Yeah.
I had to be all or nothing.
Because that's what we were taught. And most people aren't taught that all or nothing is actually a bad thing.
Right.
It's
you're a narcissist.
Right. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's literally, it's a bad thing. We have to be able to compromise. We have to be able to have a conversation with each other where I can tell you exactly how I feel without you getting mad. And you can tell me exactly how you feel about the situation without me getting mad.
But I also realize too, when people get mad, it's because they feel hit. And a hit dog will holler.
A holler.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I say something and it triggers you that bad to where you want to cuss me out,
yeah.
Oh, you're guilty. In my mind, I don't give a damn what you say. You did it. You're wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But what about those times where it's not so much as that they're guilty, it's just that, or maybe they're not guilty in that moment, but they can identify a time where they did do exactly what you said they did in some capacity.
In my mind, if it happened
back then, at any point in time. Yeah.
In my mind, if it happened before me, why the fuck does it matter now?
Okay,
with me.
Gotcha.
But also, if I was to give them that latitude and that grace, and because I've understood that things that happen before me can trigger them in the present tense.
Yeah.
You know, and just being present, I also have to think of it. I also think of it as, why does it carry so much weight? And then that's when I'm like, okay, you need to figure this shit out because it's affecting me now, and that's not fair.
Yeah.
Because I ain't do shit too.
Yeah. 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 Everybody don't think like that, but yeah. I mean, yeah.
But that's why most people don't like to be with somebody who's emotionally intelligent.
Because you can't get over on them.
And they're going to call you out on your shit.
I know.
And it's going to make you.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't get, that's why I mean, you can't get out, you can't get over on them because the little shit that you normally could do and get away with someone who is not emotionally aware or have the emotional intelligence, someone who has those tools, they're going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to call you out on it. And then it's going to be, yeah.
Because some people will see you drowning and will not give you no type of life jacket. Just be like, you know, I ain't got the capacity for that. And it could.
Well, okay. When you say capacity, okay, it could be self-inflicted, or like because they have given so much for so long. Mm-hmm. Now they no longer have the capacity to help.
Almost like, you know, in order to fix something, you have to let it break.
You have to let it break.
You know, or in order for that person to realize that what they're doing is fucked up, you have to let them fuck up. You gotta let them fall on their face.
That's hard for us to do a lot of times.
But that's the only way some people learn.
Yeah.
I learned that too. Like, I can sit up here and try to teach you as much as I want to. But if you're not retaining it,
then
why am I wasting my fucking time?
Yeah. I gotta figure out another way.
If you're gonna fall on your face anyway, then
I'm gonna let you. Yeah, let you fall on your face, and then we can move on from here. Yeah,
and now we can talk about the loss you took.
Yeah, and how you didn't have to take that loss,
right?
And how not to have that loss again.
Yeah, how to move on from.
Yeah, that's what we do a lot of times with our children.
Tell me about it.
That's how we do a lot of times.
I want to be your safe space. I don't want you to feel the hurt that I feel. That's why I am who I am, whether it's negative or positive.
Right.
But there's always some light in negativity because, like I said, it's a lot of stuff as kids that I didn't realize until I was an adult. Like, these motherfuckers ain't give a damn.
They didn't. Or not even that they didn't give a damn. They really didn't.
My mama really trusted me. I can say that. Like, lady, you trust
if you
me?
do right,
What?
if you knew,
Like my brother be telling me all the time, like, yeah, man, you got the good part of mama, and you ain't never get in trouble. I don't think I wasn't doing shit to get in trouble.
I was just smarter
than y'all.
yeah,
I wasn't
I done
out there
seen
with
it.
my and not for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, man, we what 15? Well, shit, 18, 19 years apart.
Yeah.
So y'all got the mama that was like growing up with y'all. I
Yeah.
got the mama that had already done that, been there, done that. So it was like, long as I did what I was supposed to do,
it was no problem.
The rest of it she was blind to. She ain't know. Because I made sure I'm checking in when I'm out with my friends.
I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to
Even
do.
though my ass somewhere at the flex after the skating ring and shit, my ass, but I know I better be where I said I'm gonna be when she come pick me up. And if I don't plan on being there, hey, I'm gonna go spend the night with my friend. All right, I'll be over there in the morning to pick you up.
Yeah.
And when you get there, call me, and I want to talk to her mom.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm not lying about what I'm doing. It might take me a little bit to get there.
Yeah.
But and that was the whole thing. Like I understood the boundaries, and I told the line. Like I came right up to it. Like, all right, because I know this lady crazy too. She ain't about to whoop. My mom ain't never had to whoop me, and I take pride in that. But at the same time, my mom would cuss me out, and it feels like she don't whoop my ass. So I'm a strong believer in there's power in words.
Yeah.
Whether it be manifestation or if it be the present tense, and you gonna feel it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just I was a slick child. even when it came to my teachers and shit, I would be sitting there doing the same shit that somebody else doing in class, but somebody else would get in trouble for it. And then when they try to tell on me, no, Celeste didn't do that. I sure didn't.
Hell no.
Because I knew what to do. I was slick with it. I knew how to maneuver. Dummy, don't get mad at me because I'm getting away with it. Ask me how I'm getting away with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I would have been mad at you. This nigga done got away with it. And I done got caught. How the fuck I got caught?
Yeah, paying enough attention.
Yeah. But no, I get that. I do understand that. But I think for the most part with this has really gave us not only the language, but showed us how to actually address this in our lives. Mm-hmm. How to apply it.
Yeah. And in life in general, not just yourself. It helps you also bring self-awareness to other people and the other actions. So like, because you're able to identify it within yourself, you're able to see it in other people, and you're able to put a name to it. So you're better able to understand to where you can have a better response
with people instead of reacting. And that's what's important. Sitting down in it for a second. Because even if they go off, somebody got to be the calm head. We both can't be going off and saying shit that don't need to be said.
That's where a lot of feelings get hurt. And then it's a lot of unnecessary self-evaluation, because 9 times out of 10 that person really don't feel like that. It's just they trying to one up you. They trying to hurt you how you hurting them. So they gonna say the most negative thing they can possibly say.
Even though you're telling the truth about them, they weren't ready for that truth. So this is why they're behaving in such a manner. So if you are, that's why somebody have to be more social, or I'm sorry, more emotionally intelligent and have better communication skills. Because if we both fucked up,
socially,
yes, yeah. Because if y'all both fucked up, then it's a problem.
Right?
Nobody's gonna hear nobody.
Who helping who?
Who helping who? And we both in this
stuck in the same cycle. Yeah, I'm pulling you down. You pulling. You trying to drown me? I'm drowning you too, bitch.
Oh my god! Yeah,
nah,
that shit get old.
Yeah,
that shit get old.
At some point, you gotta want better for yourself.
Yeah,
and
those around.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if you care enough about the people that you have in your circle,
you're
will
going to
go along
cause
with
them.
too. Which
Yeah.
is another reason why I'm proud of the fact that I have a small circle, because it's less stress. I don't have to worry about so many people's feelings. Just a select few, and that's it.
Select few.
And then I also understand that while I may be catering to someone else's feelings, I'm neglecting someone else's.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm a multitasker, but I may not be that great of a multitasker when it comes to feelings.
Yeah.
Other people's feelings.
Yeah.
Because I'm already juggling mine.
Yeah.
And then I'm juggling yours.
Listen.
You can't satisfy everybody.
I think I posted this in my stories this week. You are not responsible for anybody else's emotions.
And no one else is responsible for yours.
That is the biggest thing. When you start healing, that's the one thing you got to keep in mind. No one is responsible for your emotions and your feelings. You are. Keep that narrative in your mind. Like, if you keep thinking that, it will make this journey so much easier, because when you start looking outwardly for someone to validate it or say I'm sorry, that's when the journey gets so much longer. Mm-hmm. I wish somebody would have told me that shit earlier. Like, that's a never ending search. Like, that's a never ending search. I have always said that I cannot rely on when I realize I can't rely on somebody else for my own happiness, and I realize that the more, it's almost like a confidence thing. Yeah. Because no one's going to believe in what you say unless you're confident in what you're saying. Yeah. You actually believe your shit. Yeah. And it's like how you expect somebody to think you pretty if you don't think you pretty. And somebody could be telling you that 24/7, and in your mind, like, hell nah, bitch, don't. Because that's that ugly self-talk. So you have to get past that. So, excuse me, for me, that's what I'm saying. Like, with knowing what you know now and how to deal with it now, it makes it so much easier when you're able to have certain conversations and you can identify certain things to people, because you're like, okay, I'm self-aware. I know what that looks like. Mm-hmm. Or I know they're having a problem with communication. So that's why it's coming out like this. So you give them more grace, more latitude, as you say. And you're more patient. And you give them more patience. Mm-hmm. That doesn't say somebody's to take advantage of it, but it does give them space to start learning how to handle you, what to say. And how to show up. And if they care enough, they'll be considerate of that. Yeah. Like, you didn't have to sit here with me while I was doing this shit. Yeah. You could have just left me alone and left me on my path of destruction. Yeah. But instead, you call me up. Yeah. And all you're asking is for me to step up. That's it. And I'm letting you decide. I'm not making you. Yeah. I'm just saying, hey, this is the journey I'm on. And look, I gotta pee. I gotta get up these steps to go pee. So if you want to stay right here, that's fine. But I gotta go myself. Yeah, I gotta go up these stairs. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be a separation if you don't want to come. I'll see you when you get here. If I'm still there. Right. So a lot of times, these are the conversations friends don't want to have with their friends because we're not in the same space. And if I say it to you and I know you're a hothead and you come off wrong, it's only but so much I'm gonna allow you to come off with and be like, okay, I know she's walking from a hurt place, or you get what I'm saying. After a while, I'm be like, all right, bitch. And that can't always be your excuse. Right. But in the beginning, that would be. You get what I'm saying? But at some point, I'm going to have to say, all right, that's enough. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm done enabling you. Yeah. Like, nah, you need to step it up, because this shit right here, it ain't working no more. Yeah. And I'm not believing the story you putting down anymore. Right. You got to get it together. Friends like that, that's who I feel like we should be surrounding ourselves with. The motherfuckers who will call us up and tell us, hey man, you moving. Yeah, something ain't right. Like, what's going on with you? Check yourself. Yeah, like, are you happy with yourself? Right. You need to take this test. Like, you get what I'm saying?
And not for nothing. I mean, your style can change.
It can.
It won't always be the same, because once you start
healing
identifying and healing stuff,
it
and
changes.
getting different perspectives, it changes.
And your capacity changes.
Right. But no assessment is the right assessment. It just tells you where you are in your journey.
Right.
It helps you identify what you may feel like you need to change.
Right. Where to start.
Yeah.
It gives you a place to start. So when you take these assessments, don't look at it as the be all, give all, be all answer. It's just a place to start. It shows you where you can have some kind of language where you probably didn't have language at. If you're not going to be honest with yourself, don't take the test.
Don't waste your time.
Because it's not going to be helpful to you.
And if you just simply need somewhere to start, this is a tool that we both used in the past. It may not be the same exact tool because there's so many different variations. You may find one that digs a little bit deeper than this, and you can. They come a dime a dozen. You can find them pretty much,
and they're free.
And they're free.
Yep, you can find a lot of them for free. And the more detailed it is, the more questions, the more detail of a reading it can, or assessment it can give you back about your specific person, like who you are. So I would say, go for the deepest version of it, if you, depending on how deep you want to get with your start. But start somewhere. I think more than anything, that's what we're saying. Just start somewhere.
Right.
Like, if you start somewhere,
then you got somewhere to go.
Boy, look at him. Look at him. If you start somewhere, you got somewhere to go. All right. That was part 2. We got part 3 coming up. What is part 3 about? Man?
I don't know. We gotta look, because now we talked about pruning.
Yeah.
We talked about setting the boundaries and stuff, what all that stuff looks like. We talked about naming the problems.
Yeah.
And we talked about what it looks like after we name the problems. The next one kind of reflect on how we changed, how we approach things based off of what we found out and what it was and what we realized it was actually costing us.
Oh,
like if it's a peace thing, or if it's a thing of costing you friendships, costing you relationships, like naming what it actually, like with the results of you moving based off of what you know. What did it cost you? What did that mean for your healing journey?
I swear this thing is going deeper and deeper.
And that's what it's intended to do. So, with that being said, we hope you can take something away from it.
Please.
If anything, if you feel like it didn't go deep enough for you, we encourage you to reach out and dig and really look for those other assessments that may give you a deeper meaning or a deeper explanation of what it is you're looking for.
Remember, we're not therapists. Right. We're just sharing our life experiences.
It ain't therapy. It's right. Just therapeutic. We talk about, and not for nothing, like, yes, we could talk about things that we've healed from and how we've done it, but that don't mean we're not still on our healing journey as well.
Oh, come on.
So some of this stuff is still present tense for us.
Still present
and we're still looking at stuff. And these assessments just aren't one-time assessments. These assessments can be had. Like, you need to be doing these on a
regular basis,
because you want to make sure that you're checking in with yourself. You're understanding how you're healing while you're healing.
Yep. So I would say actually to do it like every 3 months, possibly, and then go back and keep your results to see where you're at now.
Yeah, see how you evolve.
Because it changes. You go, and some things that we scored high on before, later on down the line at that particular time, we might score a little lower on it. So we just have to keep checking in with ourselves, making sure we use the tools. Every tool counts.
So yeah, we'll see y'all next time.
See you next time.
Do the work. It'll pay off.
At some point.
Next time, y'all. Later.
Later.